Hey, I want to keep looking at the story of Joseph today as it's found in chapter 37 of the book of Genesis. And things are beginning to take a turn. Well, one of the marks of Joseph's life, honestly, is suffering. It is widespread throughout his life, from prison to slavery to being betrayed by his family. It is not a story of overnight success and, winning the lottery or something. This is a story of difficulty and faith continuing through difficulty. And so in verse 12, the story continues. He said, now his brothers had gone to graze their father's flocks near Shechem. And Israel said to Joseph, Israel being Jacob, remember God had changed his name to Israel. As you know, your brothers are grazing the flocks near Shechem. Come, I'm going to send you to them. Very well, he replied. So he said to him, go and see if all is well with your brothers and with the flocks, and bring word back to me. Then he sent him off from the valley of Hebron. Joseph arrived at Shechem. A man found him wandering around in the fields and asked him, what are you looking for? He replied, I'm looking for my brothers. Can you tell me where they are grazing their flocks? They have moved on from here, the man answered. I heard them say, let's go to Dothan. So Joseph went after his brothers and found them near Dothan. Now, a couple of problems here. Number one, there doesn't seem to be anything really strange about this necessarily errand, but where they were at. Remember, Shechem was the place where the rape of their sister Dinah took place, and it was where these brothers, some of them, had killed and murdered and rampaged. They took plunder, they took captives. I mean, it was a bad scene all the way around. They used the sign of the covenant, the circumcision, to cripple the men so that they could then come into the town and kill them. It was brutal. And now here they are back in this place. So that gives you a little hint that what's happening here is no good, because Shechem was never a place of anything good. It was a pagan town. It was not the place where God wanted Jacob to go to begin with. So him taking his family there was a mistake. These brothers returning there is a mistake. And to be honest, for these brothers, as we're going to continue their story, you can kind of compare them, pretty similar fashion to the people of Shechem, who we don't have high regard for because of how they acted and what they did. So this whole thing is a problem. It's a big deal. And we're going to see here the worst side of the sons of Jacob. Yes, these were men that God would use to further his plan and his kingdom, but they in this moment were not good men. When we get to the end of the book of Genesis, there's a little bit of a redemption story for them. But here we see them in these next few verses at their absolute worst. And Joseph walks right into it, and Jacob sends him right into it. But we'll continue that story another day. See you soon.